Nathaniel back with another video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And today I'm going to be talking about the obligations of the man and what he is tasked with, what Allah says that he is tasked with. Again, quoting from the Quran, the English transliteration version, and this one is, chapter of the women. And it's the ayah, the verse number 34, okay? And the subtitle here is Husbands as Providers and Protectors. All right, so I think this is extremely important, especially nowadays where there's a lot of this this bashing between the genders and traditional norms and things of that nature. And, a lot of people are battling with, oh, well, this 50-50 nonsense and this 100% nonsense. I mean, it all goes back to the word of God at the end of the day. And what has God asked us to do? Because that's why there's so much detriment. That's why there's so much consternation between men and women right now in regards to how they treat one another, them going back and forth, relationships starting to rotten like bad fruit. Just to its core, the seeds are all just diminished. There's no, nourishment. There's nothing that's being, there's nothing good that's going on in these relations, and a lot of these relationships nowadays. And that's why we see such tremendous and exponential growth in regards to divorce and things of that nature, separation, people not even wanting to get married in the first place. And again, it's because we're stepping away from what God has asked both the man and the woman, is tasked the man and the woman that they need to do in order for the ecosystem to work properly, especially between the man and the woman. So I'm going to read it and, we're going to reflect on it together. Again, I am a revert. So please, by any means, wholeheartedly don't take everything that I'm saying. Take with a grain of salt, because there's many ways to interpret things. And there's obviously, the highest of, the people within the religion who could also accommodate and help you with these things as well. And I would ask that you seek their advice. But again, I just want to give my reflection on the verse and, again, what it is that I think and my perspective. So it says here, men are the caretakers of women, as men have been provisioned by God over women and tasked with supporting them financially. So we'll start here with men are the caretakers of women. So obviously we, again, within this whole debate and whatnot, people are talking about the protector, the provider. Well, I'm independent and, I don't need a protector. I don't need a provider. Or, well, I'm only going to, protect if this is the case, and I'm only going to provide if she's like this, and she does this for me, and she does that for me, and she cooks and she cleans and all of this stuff. Listen, regardless of what you think, again, you are the caretaker in the fullest sense. That means not only in the physical sense in regards to protecting if somebody were to invade her space, somebody was to break into the house, somebody was to, disrespect her in public or something like that. Yes, obviously in the physical sense, you are the caretaker in that sense. But also as it comes to nurturing the home, to being a caretaker within the home, that's from a spiritual as well. You need to be the one who is spiritually connected to the Most High, and then govern that responsibility, that knowledge, that wisdom, that understanding down to your household to keep everything orderly. Because if you start to break away and the woman is now taking on that responsibility, you're out of order of what God has asked. And that's, again, what leads to the consternation that goes on within the household between the husband and the wife, the man and the woman. So understand that being a caretaker is not only from just providing from a physical perspective, but also from a spiritual perspective, making sure that everybody is aligned within the household with the Most High, that they are doing their responsibilities, making sure that the kids, the children they're praying on time, they're understanding the virtues of prayer, they're understanding, what is required of them on a day to day and what is demanded on them on a day to day. And it's not doing it in a harsh manner by any means. It's not you to be demanding. It's not you to be forthright, roaring like a lion in your own house. You're not supposed to be like that. Again, you're supposed to be a caretaker. That means having patience, understanding that things may take time to develop and manifest and happen, but it's your responsibility to make sure that those things are being upheld within your household. So again, the caretaker is beyond just the physical expectation. It's also the mental, it's the spiritual. And the mental meaning, you have to be a leader in the fullest sense. Like I said, having true patience, not getting angry, understanding how to relate things and how to project things, how to have conversations and not arguments. Of course, you're going to have back and forth. I'm not saying that. That's with every relationship. You're going to have back and forth. But, as the man, as a caretaker, you have to understand how to have those conversations in an upright way where both, you're being a leader as well as somebody who's compassionate and has true patience with the other person that you're speaking to, whether it be your wife or children. And then it goes on to say, as men have been provisioned by God over women and tasked with supporting them financially. That's another form of caretaking. Okay, as much as you guys, want to say this 50-50 stuff and 100% stuff and all that, at the end of the day, that's what you've been tasked by the Most High to do. And the Most High will make a way for you if you have a wife. He will make a way for you to do so. But if that means that you have to work 2-3 jobs, you have to work 2-3 jobs. There's no getting around this. And again, like, you guys want to put the onus on the woman to commit to 50% of the bills and this and that and the third. Listen, at the end of the day, don't get yourselves into situations that you're not ready for. That is a part of being a man. You cannot just get yourself into a marriage just because other people are doing it, just because other people are telling you to do it. You have to understand your circumstance. And of course, as the Islamic community, we want, to complete our deen as quick as possible. We want to get married as fast as we can, but we also have to understand the situation that we're in, our families are in, if they could help and support. But if they can't, and then you're not in the position, there's no sense of you getting married. You need to fix your situation. You need to do that exponentially, and then everything else can manifest. And obviously being upright in other areas of your life. But again, you rushing into a relationship will do no justice, will do no good. Because at the end of the day, these things will come up. These things are going to come up, especially finances. Because you can't bear for your wife to bear the brunt of, and I'm not saying she can't do this right away and help you for a couple of years or something like that, but that's what you've been tasked to do. Understand that. So if you have complications and things that are going on in your marriage right now, you need to look at all of these aspects. Am I taking care of the household? Am I taking care of the spiritual responsibilities of the household? And then, of course, obviously financially. I mean, that's your obligation as a man to uphold. We'll continue to read on here, but I want you guys to understand that, man. Like, that's what you need to understand about relationships, that there's more to it than just one or the other, or, we've talked about this, and that's not, you talking is not the Most High talking to you and telling you what you need to do. And that's what you need to understand. You need to go back to the Most High and understand what He requires of us, and that will nurture, a virtuous relationship. That will nurture the type of relationship where your woman is nurturing you and appeasing you and helping you in every area that she needs to help you and be that side for you. So I'll continue to read on. And a righteous woman are devotedly obedient, and when alone, protective of what God has entrusted them with. Again, I'm not going to speak from the woman's perspective, but it's clear as day what God needs, or what we need from our women, and what God, has made obligatory for the woman. And if you sense ill conduct from your woman, advise them first. If they persist, Do not share their beds, but if they still persist, then discipline them gently. Again, I mean, I understand. Again, there's going to be problems. There's going to be things that arise, but that's having true patience, discernment, right? It's not just getting up and abusing your wife, not just screaming at her, emotionally breaking her down, verbally breaking her down. You know, that's not your job as the man. You have to have a level of prudence, shrewdness, discernment, all of these words of judgment, right? In regards to talking to your woman in an orderly fashion, right? And again, not discouraging that anger to seep through you. Because again, you know, Satan is there as well. The jinn are there as well, that are provoking each side to think, well, he doesn't do this enough. She doesn't do this enough. Well, he's not here when I need him. And she's not doing this when I come home. And I'm, you know, and she's not providing peace of mind and all these things. That's what he's looking for you. He's looking for you to attack the other and, you know, dissolve these relationships, right? So make sure you're picking properly first and foremost, but understand your responsibilities on both sides of what it is that you need to do and what God is telling you need to do. It's not me telling you this, it's what God's telling you this. So, you know, again, I just wanted to make a quick video about that. I see a lot of these videos going around about the 50-50 man, the 100% man. Again, I'm speaking from the man's perspective. I will not speak from the woman's perspective. But understand what you're getting yourselves into out there, men. And being a man is making sure that, you know, all your ducks are in a row. All right, so I'll leave you with that. And hopefully see you in another video. All right, peace.